Welcome to the Daily Exchange, where we're here with Binance CFO Wei Zhou. Wei, thanks for being here.
Thank you for having me.
So I'd like to talk a little bit about the Binance ecosystem and how Binance is now much more than just an exchange.
Yeah, so originally I think Binance was just a spot exchange, but I think right now we've actually added several products and features in terms as well as sort of like general crypto services to our user base. For example, we've added staking to our platform, we've added lending to our platform, and we've also launching a futures exchange, two future exchanges, one that's already that's existing live, and another one that's going to be branded the Binance Future Exchange probably today. So.
And beyond that, you have Binance Charity, Binance Labs, Binance Ecosystem.
Beyond that, on a global basis, we also have Binance Labs, which is an incubator for projects that we want to identify, key founders, key teams that we can ultimately, invest in and then bring into sort of the Binance ecosystem. As we also have the Binance Charity Foundation, which is actually doing a lot of really good work in Africa right now, basically using crypto as a way to eliminate a lot of the leakages that exist in the traditional charity, and then actually delivering crypto to our end users, and then leveraging our Binance Uganda fiat exchange to help them to basically, either convert that in or convert that out to drive sort of crypto adoption at a very, in that part of the world.
That sounds like a really great example of how all the pieces do fit together to just build end-to-end solutions.
Yeah, I think ultimately our goal here is not just obviously I think the exchange is probably, the best business model within the crypto industry right now, but I think we want to use that sort of industry leadership to really basically to grow the pie bigger. I think right now we see sort of, crypto ownership or crypto adoption, about 50 to 100 million people around the world. And over the next couple of years, we want to 10x that to a billion people, and then basically, grow that even larger. Because I think only that way can more people around the world, can reap the benefits of crypto and really enjoy the freedom that it delivers.
Is this the overarching goal which ties together all these ecosystem components?
Yeah, I think one of the things that one of the huge aspects of Binance is that we're global, right? And then we have millions of users in over 150 plus countries around the world. And with those users, they can experience our technology. And we want to basically, our thoughts is how do we bring that to even more people? So, and you do that basically by, lowering the barrier to entry, for example. This is why we have a very active fiat expansion plan in terms of launching, fiat gateways in different currencies and different jurisdictions around the world. At the same time, we also want to basically, get more usage of crypto, right? This is why you're seeing, for BNB, the Binance coin, we have over 100 plus, a couple of hundred use cases now in the traditional world.
Wow.
In different locations. For example, in Australia, there are over, a couple of hundred shops, a couple of hundred sort of bars and restaurants where you can use your BNB in, right? Along with, other cryptocurrencies.
So BNB as a payments coin is one of the clearest applications for a cryptocurrency of any kind. Beyond that, are there some applications you see for Binance Coin?
Yeah, I think one of the current biggest use cases for BNB right now is actually for our DEX, which is the Binance Decentralized Exchange, which is built upon the Binance chain. And then BNB is basically the base currency that sort of that allows you to sort of enter into the DEX ecosystem.
So Binance Chain is Binance's own blockchain, complete with a native cryptocurrency.
That is correct.
And it does act as a cryptocurrency does in any other blockchain. It keeps it together.
It has its, the Binance chain is its own blockchain, and BNB is the native currency of that chain. If you sort of experience the DEX right now, it's actually, it's pretty simple right now. It's basically the exchange doesn't take custody of your assets. You can trade in and out of it, out of your own wallet. For example, Trust Wallet, right, which is a decentralized crypto wallet that has over, supports over, I want to say 20 plus blockchains and then over 100 plus currencies, tokens. Then you can basically trade out of Trust Wallet on the DEX.
Do you foresee decentralized exchanges and centralized exchanges going forward side by side as?
Yeah, I mean, I think one of the things that you notice about sort of that's unique about Binance is that we want to offer users choices, and then people ultimately choose what they want to use, right? For example, we were one of the first exchanges to list, multiple stablecoins to offer users sort of like a choice in terms of what you want to hold and what you want to trade with. And the same for, I think we want is exists. You're like, why did you guys launch the DEX when you already have a centralized exchange, right? Won't you cannibalize your own business? I don't think so, because I think with the DEX, you have a different user base that feels much more comfortable, having custody of their own assets. They don't want to have their assets sit on an exchange, right? They want to have it in their own wallet and to be able to trade in and out of it without sort of, having to deposit and withdraw their assets and having to go through that process. So I think that just having that choice, then the users can ultimately decide.
That seems to speak to another potential application going forward. Does Binance see itself become adding custody to its services and similar?
I think right now we already have billions of assets or currencies under administration, right? It's just a matter of because I think custody in itself but that definition is something that exists in the traditional financial world from a licensing perspective. And I do think that it's not a hard sell for us to get licensed in custody and then sell that service. But one of the things that I actually think is going to be really interesting, I want to talk about, is actually staking. Is that I think the way how crypto works is just our thinking is that we shouldn't charge people to manage their custody, right? Right?
You pay them.
You should pay them, right? Right. That's what staking is, right? You have assets for anything. Well, guess what? We're going to provide staking services for you, right? Or you can have the assets work for you. You can potentially lend it out to people that want to borrow against it, right? So that's why we've introduced our margin product, and then subsequently the last two weeks now, we basically launched our in-platform lending product. Where we're offering 14-day lending for users for USDT, for BNB, for BTC. We're going to gradually add a few more to it, where you can put your money, you can put your assets with us, and then earn interest on it, or get staking on it.
So, but with staking, that's almost like an equivalent of savings accounts. You have your margin trading, your lending, just building out an entire replacement blockchain finance ecosystem, almost by the sounds of it.
The easy answer is yes. I think that is something that we see. We want to offer, right? Because I think when you're last thing you want is just have your money there and not do anything, right?
Yeah. It makes a lot of sense. And I definitely think everyone looks forward to seeing where Binance goes next. It's definitely been one of the companies to watch in the space. Thanks for joining us, Wei.
No problem. Thank you very much for having me.